I'm tired as hell. I need a recovery beer.
Video game numbers, video game cheat codes, these are truly ways we can describe the way Luka Doncic is playing right now. Luka is a player that showcases amazing performances on a nightly basis, and as we approach the second half of the season, Doncic has been playing at an elite level, making things look quite easy on the court. Being the only player in NBA history to put up a triple-double at 61 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists, Luka is doing it all for the Mavericks, just showing everyone why he is a top player in the league at such a young age. At one time, Doncic has stated that it's much easier to score in the NBA rather than in the Euro League, and obviously rules differ between the two, but Luka is backing up his talk in a spectacular fashion. NBA defenses are having a world of trouble containing Luka offensively, and he just makes opposing teams look like cones that he's simply running drills on. Doncic makes finding his teammates across the court look easy, drills deep-range buzzer beaters right over defenders, and can take anyone off the dribble and use his bag of tricks to get the bucket. When we're talking showtime, Luka is definitely a great example of just that, and unlike most, Luka is a mastermind on the court and relies heavily on his high IQ rather than his athleticism. I mean, when you have a coach like Greg Popovich saying, "We're holding Luka under 50 points," and then Luka proceeds to drop 51 on efficient shooting, it further shows you just how destructive Luka is no matter what the defense schemes up for him. Just by looking at his past 5 games, you can really see how well Luka is pouring it in and is rolling into this new year scorching hot. Averaging a triple-double of 45 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists over the span of these 5 games, with efficient shooting from the field at 59% and 50% from the perimeter, Luka is truly capable of lighting it up anywhere on the floor. It's the little things that Luka does that many people may miss or think was a simple read, but these are what makes his buckets look so easy. Instead of attacking Robinson aggressively, Doncic paces himself and notices Powell rolling, but Grimes is hustling back to him as well, so instead of attacking baseline into a double, Luka attacks going right, which is the opposite way Grimes' momentum is carrying him, and this slight pause allows Powell to wall off this pass to the basket for an easy bucket at the rim. I know, right? Once you slow it down and really look at things, even the most simplistic plays are a little bit more complex than what you think. When getting downhill to score at the rim, most people would choose the fast, quick, and athletic guards to go attack rather than a slower caliber player, but Luka is the exception to the rule and can finish just as well, if not better, than most guards when it comes to getting in that restricted area. Amongst all guards who attempt at least 5 field goals in the restricted area per game, Luka has the highest conversion rate at 74% on 170 attempts this season and is carving out the defense in a methodical manner. Having a much larger frame than guys at his position, this allows Luka to take a bully ball, more slower approach on smaller guards and really just have his way with them. Posting up D'Angelo Russell near the 3-point line, after Russell reaches in, Doncic teaches him not to do that by hitting Russell hard, bumping him off, and then quickly spins to the outside to bank it in off the glass. But let's say you throw a guy his size at him or taller, then Doncic can use his deceptive quickness and strength to still finish at the rim. Against MPJ, Luka fakes the post-up, spinning right off going baseline, and then jumps into Porter's body to stop the contest or potentially draw the foul and lays it home. If you really pay attention closely when Luka gets into these post-ups, you'll notice that if there's no help on the backside, Doncic will spin off the outside shoulder quick to get to the basket and finish at the rim. Serving Dame the quick spin out here, Luka stays patient once Hart rotates for the help and then scores the bucket through them. And then once Austin Rivers leaves the paint, Luka tornadoes off Russell on the reach and lays it easily with the left for the and one. Now you're probably thinking, well, what about if there's help on the backside or someone tries to help down on the post up? Well, Luka loves when defenders reach in, as he will attack the middle of the floor confidently, carrying the ball low to potentially get that swipe down foul and then get the and one. You can see it as he posts up the smaller Irving, Claxton tries to dig in, and Luka just rips right through, floats it up, and tosses it in. This time Luka notices Gabriel has slid over into position after spinning off Beverly, and knowing Austin Reeves is coming for the double, Luka carries the ball high while splitting through them with the spin, and although he blew the short floater, Doncic recovers the ball on the rebound, sails this pass around Gabriel to make him look, and then finishes the bucket. It's very difficult to guard Luka in these post-up situations, as you never know what move he's going to use out of it, and even if you do think you have him stop going one way, well, Luka is creative off that pivot foot to really make defenders look silly. This all really jumpstarts Luka's game and gets him flowing right into his dribble drive, where he can get to the basket whenever he wants to. Currently, Doncic is tied at second in the league with Ja Morant at 21 drives per game and leads the league in conversion rate at 64% amongst all players with at least 5 field goal attempts off these drives. You definitely don't want to let Luka get into his groove, or it's these sneaky slams putting your big on a poster comes out, or he can make defenders play Just Dance Revolution when guarding him, get right to the rim and lay it in. For anyone who has played basketball, you know most coaches will say things like, attack going forward, don't just keep dribbling side to side because it gets you nowhere. Well, Luka pretty much proves this to be wrong by shifting defenders' momentum from right to left and attacks them going downhill at the perfect time to go score. Clarkson aggressively gets snatched with the cross here, and then going through the legs back right, Doncic gains the advantage on Clarkson getting into the paint to make the warm-up lay. It's all about getting the defense to lean one way first, sharply cross the other way, which makes them step up in that direction, and then Luka crosses through the legs attacking the lead foot, so the defense has to turn their hips all the way, and since he's already heading that direction, it grants Doncic to step on the defense, and now they're trailing for the contest. Watch as Luka gets the switch on Brook Lopez, Doncic pulls him out, heads right before crossing left, and as Brook is stepping up, it's a cross back the other way through the legs attacking Lopez's lead foot to then coast to the rim for the easy bucket. It's truly special how he can tie in the footwork along with the handle to simply deceive defenders in his pursuit to the basket. Luka's very good at hesitating at the right moment to then burst out to the rim, and once getting there, he is actually a stronger finisher through contact than most people would give him credit for. Sure, it might not be the most super aggressive fouls all the time, but any little contact can throw off your shot, and Luka is great at staying focused all the way through to put 2 points on the board. As the Raptors defense is in a frenzy here, Luka takes it right down the middle, bodies up with Koloko, stays composed, and finishes the and-one. Then we see a similar take happen versus the Lakers as Luka beats Russ off the dribble, Gabriel slides over to try and stop the layup, but unfazed, Luka absorbs the contact, puts it up over him, and gets the bucket despite the no call. It's not always these collisions in the air though, because Luka is a more to the ground type of player. Rather than going up and just bodying with the defense all the time, Luka is methodical and a lot slower and will finesse them while staying on the ground. After having the open lane coming off the screen, instead of flying at the rim to beat Robinson, Luka takes these slower 2 steps into his body as he's in the air and converts the bucket. And against OKC, Doncic splits through coming off the screen and then slows it down euroing around Poku and then holds the shot longer to get the slap on the wrist and banks it in to go shoot another one at the line. When you're watching Doncic slice through the defense to score inside, it's like he's one step ahead of the defense at all times, and you also see this with his fantastic passing. The gravity Luka has on the court is so great, and at times it's honestly ridiculous how much attention he really attracts. On this drive, you can see the whole OKC defense collapses and all eyes are on Doncic, so it's easy to make this pass to Dinwiddie as Finney-Smith sets the back screen. Since his ability to score from anywhere on the court is so special, it makes the defense really focus on stopping Luka, and this opens up his passing, which I believe is the most special thing about Luka's game. It doesn't matter where his teammates are on the court or how many defenders are around Luka, he can still manage to deliver the pass to get a bucket. I know some people will say it's not ideal to play with someone like Luka because if you're his teammate, it's a lot of sitting around or screening and it's hard to really get in your groove. But on the other hand, if you're someone who likes to just spot up and knock down shots or take it to the rim off a couple dribbles, then Luka is the perfect teammate. Racking up 9 assists per game, Doncic creates nearly 24 points off these and also dishes out 16 potential assists per game. Whether it's one of these flashy skip passes that no one is expecting, a dime wrapped around the defender's back off the roll to Powell, or if he's all out toying with the defense, throwing it behind his head for a Christian Wood 3, Doncic is one of the best passers in the league and in NBA history. It's certainly not easy to be hounded by 2 defenders and still find the man for the bucket. I mean honestly, how many guys around the league do you see stay this patient, pretty much inviting the double and then make the right decision to help the team score? It doesn't just stop there, as Luka can bring the double all the way out to the sideline, and being a step ahead of the defense, he knows they will try to shoot the gap on this pass to Green, so Luka zips it past everyone down to Christian Wood for the easy dunk. And then faking out the whole Knicks defense, after pump faking on the drive, Luka just feels Randle closing in and gets a backwards pass to Reggie Bullock for the corner 3. There's honestly too many ways Luka can outsmart the defense and truly make them look clueless. It's like the game is just slowed down for Luka and he can analyze everyone's movement before they even do anything. Having a guard like this makes it so much easier for you to score if you can insert yourself in the right places within the offense, and as you can see, this team is built exactly around that concept. Although there is a way to slow down Luka, and I could break that down, but we'll save that for another video. Luka's truly been amazing this season, and although we didn't dive into his mid-range shooting or his deep-range threes, I figured we would highlight 2 areas where Luka excels but also helps one another dismantle the defense. Is this an MVP year for Luka? If you ask me, it's looking like it can be. NBA basketball has been great this year with many amazing performances, but so far for Luka, he has made things look easy while lighting it up for the Dallas Mavericks. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before heading over to watch this James Harden or Kevin Durant analysis. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.